Hi everybody, Lori here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a colorful project to share with you using two new sets that just came out, designed by Christina Werner for Concord 9th. First up is the Simple Flowers stencil set. It's a layering stencil set, and they're large. They're 6 by 9 inches. And there are 4 stencils in the pack that allow you to build this kind of overlapping floral pattern. And we're going to blend it up like butter using the Concord 9th inks. I have my Simon Says Stamp white glass mat with the large, I think that's Waffle Flower grip mat, the largest one, holding down a panel of Hammermill white cardstock, putting on a stencil. I don't know if they're numbered, but I don't think it matters if you go in order. Okay, like I said, I'm going to be using all Concord 9th inks, and you know I wanted to do each bloom in a different color. So starting with Pink Lemonade, and I will say up front, I'm using these Rainbow Splash blender brushes, and they already have color on them. So sometimes it's not the true color of the ink. It's a mixture of whatever was left on the brush and some of the ink. So here we have Honeysuckle. And I was a little bit disappointed that Honeysuckle wasn't different enough than the Pink Lemonade that I just did. And that's probably mostly to do with whatever ink was left over on my brush. So I'm going to end up going back in and redoing that first one. But we're moving on to the next one. Sorbet. Okay, I love these warm tones. These are my favorite go-to Concord 9th warm tones. Honeysuckle, sorbet, grapefruit, and then I'm going to add poppy. I pulled out poppy. I'm going to go over the one that I did that was Pink Lemonade because I just needed more pop and more contrast to each bloom. I want it to be clearly seen that each bloom is a different color. Okay, and then up here, I pulled out Nectar. And now here's the thing. I used an orange blender brush, and I feel like I got more orange than I did Nectar, because I think Nectar is a really light color, although I will say, sometimes these Concord 9th, if you get a new ink pad and it's really juicy, it can be pretty intense. I put a little washi tape down at the right corner. That way I know when I go to put the next stencil down, how to line it up, because these are just kind of like overlapping blooms, and you're not really going to know where to line up. I don't really think there's a right and wrong way. It's very forgiving. Okay, adding in a little Buttercup. You know what I've noticed? A lot of my inks are getting like, see in the corner of my ink pad? It's like it touched a green one or a blue. How did that happen? I don't know, but a lot of my ink pads get dirty. And I wish that didn't happen. It doesn't really affect, the use of it, but now this one here, Dragonfruit, it will wake you up in the morning. It will get you out of bed and it will slap you across the face. But like in the best, vibrant, happy way. It's the best, vibrant pink known to man. Okay, Dragonfruit. And then I decided just to do Buttercup again on these little slivers that kind of hang off the edges. I didn't really want to introduce another color. I kind of stuck to all warm tones here. So just a little bit of yellow around the edge, little grapefruit on that one, and then one down at the bottom. Now I was hoping to see more overlap. I don't know if you can see through the reflection of my stencil, but Frankie, the cat, is on my table. He comes up every single day, walks around my table like it's his. And sometimes you can see his reflection in the stencil. Now, the next stencil is Leaves. Again, I used that little washi tape corner that I made to know where to line it up. But as you can see, it's not really going to show if you don't get this lined up perfectly, because they're just kind of like overlapping leaves. Did I mention this was designed by Christina Werner for Concord 9th? And I think it's smashing. Here I did some leaves out of Sprout. And then I did a couple, just 1 or 2 out of Sea Glass. And very light, nothing too hoity-toity, but I do want to have a little bit of leaf going on there, and it gives a nice overlap with the blooms. It's Valentine's Day here. You guys do anything special? It's Friday night, so you know what? I've started making pizza on Friday nights because we couldn't find a good pizza place here, and I make some pretty darn good pizza. We're going to have pizza, and I did get some chocolates and stuff for the kids. I think I'm going to make a garland out of some die cut hearts. I'm going to die cut a bunch of hearts, string them on some twine and tape that above the dining table. I'm gonna zhuzh it up because it is, what is it today? The temperature is, let's see, it's 10. You know what? That's pretty darn good. 10 feels like a heat wave because the last couple of days have been like -19. And so 10's feeling fine. And but I will say the other day when it was super, super cold, I heard a loud, loud bang, really loud. Didn't know what it was. Come to find out, our garage door spring snapped. And I guess that is kind of something that can happen in super, super cold weather. So now we can't open our garage door. So now our cars are parked in the driveway. We had to get them out. The guy came, garage door guy came. By the way, I'm blending the dots and the blooms, tone on tone, same color. Look at how that looks. I love, this is so dreamy, sherbety, happy, perfect for this dreary winter when we need to just get a little boosty into spring vibes. I'm going to adhere this onto a white card base just with some tape runner. I'm not going to pop it up or crop it down or anything. A lot of times I crop down, but today I decided to go edge to edge, Laura Fedora. But anyway, the garage guy came out and he's like, oh man, so many people's garage doors spring has been breaking in the cold weather. But he helped us open the garage, get the cars out. Do you know when it's super, super cold in the morning, I got to drive the kids to school. I got to go out there and start the car 10 minutes before just so you're not like, you got to give the car time to warm up in these temps. Okay, for the sentiment, using the big type greetings. This is another great one designed by Christina Werner, available at Concord 9th. And I did a mixture of vellum and matte gold. I love these big, chunky letters. I love how it's all held together in one piece, making assembly a dream. Use a little Barely Art glue. And going to pop this down onto that vellum shadow backer. And then I'm going to put just a few little slivers of foam tape behind. And that'll give it a little bit of dimension because dimension is life. A little bit of dimension, a little bit of shadow, not too much. This is that thin foam tape by Simon Says Stamp. It's called the Big Mama foam tape roll. It's one of my favorites because it's thinner. And I'm just going to pop that right in the center and finish it off a few little sparkling clear sequins. By the way, you see that cute little tub? Those are available at Concord 9th, and they are my favorite. Those clear round tubs for keeping embellishments. I only have a couple tubs, but they're my favorite. And this card is finished. Sending you some sherbety, warm, dreamy hugs on this Valentine's Day. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.